Hello, everyone, and welcome to day 10 of the 14-day video challenge with Helen Martin and about 1,000 other people from all over the globe. And today we are challenged with doing a duo live, and I thought I would change it up and do a triple live. So we're going to have two people joining us today. So if we have not met before, my name is Heather Edmondson, and I'm coming at you live from 40 Mile Provincial Park. I'm out at my campsite with my trailer, my fifth wheel, and my husband's out building a shed. And I thought I would try and chat with you as long as my internet holds out. So if you're coming on, please do make some comments so that we know that you're there. I'd have to hit the link up above to allow StreamYard access to your profile picture if you've never caught one of my lives before. And if you're coming in on the replay, which a lot of people do catch you after the fact, they don't usually catch you live, they catch you after the fact. So come in and say replay, and then I will give you a shout out after the fact. So we're going to bring up Lori, and we're going to bring up Susan. And yay, hello, ladies. The triple threat is in the house. Woohoo, again. Yay. So how was all your Saturdays going? That was just 4th of July for you, Lori. Well, today's 4th of July.
Yeah, actually, today is the 4th of July here. So,
yeah. Big celebrations going on and fireworks and a whole bit.
Probably this evening. We'll probably go into the kids. The neighborhood that they're in is just outside of the city limits, so it's like no holds bar. So,
there you go.
And we live in Texas, and the majority of the population likes to shoot their guns off in the air and
oh my. That's pretty they don't do that in Canada. They don't do that in Canada.
That here.
Yeah, no, it gets a little crazy, and we have two labs that have basically they have PTSD. So it's a
poor puppies.
Crazy evening, but lots of love.
So they say everything's bigger in Texas. Your fireworks are probably going to be massive.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
We have a friend that her brother works at the local one of the hundreds of fireworks shops that are all along the road, and she was talking to us the other day. He sold over $5,000 worth of fireworks in one shift.
Oh, wow. I got shivers.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That is crazy. Well, we have fireworks. We didn't have too many in Canada here this year because of all this crazy stuff going on. So Canada Day is a little bit rough. What do you want? I'm on live, Paul. He's tapping on the window.
We had 1 year that we were in Hawaii, okay? And so it was over New Year's. So every single family that was there bought Costco-sized big packages of fireworks, okay? So we were ready. We were on the beach. We had what we felt like was a bazillion fireworks, okay?
Yeah.
The one rule that Hawaii has that they don't tell you, do you know what it is, Lori? No? Okay, so the one rule they have for fireworks is they cannot be airborne. So all of these fireworks fizzled on the ground.
Oh, that's not nice.
We were in shock. We couldn't believe it. You cannot have anything go airborne because of all the plants, and that they didn't want fires there. So they've got these specialized packages that just fizzle on the ground.
Oh, that's kind of depressing. Well, when I was in Hawaii over New Year's, years and years ago in Hawaii over New Year's, it was a chaotic. That's when I was just out of high school. So it was a massive chaos. So they must have changed the rules a little bit since then. That's a long time ago. And anyhow, I wanted to ask you guys, both you and Susan, Lori and Susan and myself are
you cutting out?
Helen.
She cutting out?
Nope. I think it might be you, Susan.
So maybe there is something going on with your computer today. Yeah, she's frozen on my end. Is she frozen?
Oh, is it me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're kind of cutting in and out, girlfriend.
Maybe that's what we were having issues with earlier. Anyway, I was just saying that Lori and Susan and myself are all in Helen's
Maybe I'll
VIP
jump off.
group. Okay. Yeah.
I'll jump off.
Okay. We'll see if that works. Yeah. Well, she can come back in.
Yeah.
Well, wait. Well, I'll ask you what you have taken away from then from being in Helen's VIP group. Oh, we got some comments here. Beth is saying hello, ladies.
Hey, Beth.
Yeah.
How are you?
Wonderful. Wonderful. Wonderful.
Oh, what have I gotten out of being in Helen's VIP group? Is that the question?
Yeah.
Wow. Self-accountability. I would have, oh my gosh.
Yep.
That would have to be absolutely number one at the top of the list. And I don't mind saying this publicly because I've told her this quite often. I love the fact that she, it's an unconditional relationship. You know, she doesn't hesitate to tell you, you're kind of sucking at it right now, girlfriend. You need to pick up your pace. But she's just as quick to come in and say, you know, you're doing an absolutely phenomenal job. You rocked it at this, you know, this is what I saw. This is what, you know, I think has moved you forward. And, you know, so she's equally parted in, you know, the constructive criticism and the praise. My personality, I made the comment here last week, that I needed to just schedule a regular butt chewing with Helen because
yeah, she's in for one of those. She's game for one of those.
Yeah,
not to scare anybody away from her, but she just calls it how it is.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And you know, she does it with such professionalism and care. And I mean, I've never met her in person, but I truly believe that she loves me as a human being and
what's not to love? Come on.
wants me to be successful at what I'm doing, which is very unique in this industry because, you know, so many times people will jump out and they want to help you, but they ultimately have ulterior motives, you know.
Right.
And that's just not the case with Helen. I mean, she truly, genuinely wants to help you succeed. And yeah, I so appreciate that about her.
There's so many people out there, especially right now in these times of uncertainty, that there's lots of people out there that are trying to suck people into Ponzi schemes and those kinds of things. So we really, you know, buyer beware, be wary of who you're in contact with. And we got into this program with Helen once we had built up a relationship with her and knew that she wasn't going to, you know, pull our purse strings and send us down the wrong path.
Exactly.
We knew that it was going to be genuine and that it was going to be authentic and that we were going to be able to gain quite a bit of knowledge from her. So,
right.
But I mean, she's not holding our hand all the way through it. You know, we have tasks that we're given to do. And then she gives us some guidance along the way, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the other thing that I love so much about her is that, and that's different from my personality. And, you know, I mean, she's a mom too, but as a mom, we tend to fall into that, you know, oh, just forget it. I'll just do it. You know, it's easier or you know, whatever. And she doesn't do that. She'll sit back and watch you like
fall on your face,
blow it, you know. She won't step in there just because she knows that is such an important lesson to learn, and that ultimately nobody's coming to rescue you. You have to do it yourself. And she gives us all the tools, but we're the ones that have to pick up the hammer. So
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a little confusing at times, but we're all still trying to find our way and trying to find our way of how to get there too. Like there's no magic wand she can wave. There's no like magic bullet or silver bullet or golden egg at the end or whatever. We all have to find our own way and what works with our audience and ourselves and our families. Yeah, how we're going to get there. Yeah, so I like that.
There's no secret sauce, that's for sure.
No, No, oh, there she's coming back. She's trying to come back here. Hello, Susan. There she is. What happened there? Are you still okay?
Oh,
Are you okay?
well, I tried my computer. I couldn't find you. Sorry, lady.
That's
That's
okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I just couldn't find the page on my computer. Yeah, it wasn't coming up on my computer, either my laptop or my computer. I don't want to interrupt. Keep going, girls.
No, that's
No,
fine.
that's fine.
That's fine.
We were just singing Helen's praises.
We're just saying that she doesn't give us the magic key to unlock the kingdom, that we have to find what works for ourselves. I mean, she's there to give us some tools, but we ultimately have to find our way and what works best for us. You know, she's not going to wave that magic wand and say, you know, do this, do that. We have to be the entrepreneurial mind and find what works. Have you found that as well, Susan?
Yeah, we're all kind of in the same boat. Everybody is that is in that VIP or the elevation or has taken that extra step. Everything is, they give you all the tools. You just have to find out which ones work, is what I find. Everything's there. You can do email, you can do funnels, you can do landing pages, you can do tripwires, you can do all these things. But what works best for you is what works. You know, you have to find your niche, I believe, because there's so many different ways to go. You just have to find what you like and what works best for you.
Right.
And which your prospects are interested in too. You have to find what's going to work for your audience, right?
Right.
You know?
And you know, I was gonna say too, you know, it's just you know, your prospects, your people, your tribe, whatever you want to call them, they ultimately wind up being your little family. And everybody's family is different. Something that my little family would do and thoroughly enjoy, another family might think, not in a million years would I enjoy that. And so it really is the same thing as just building up your own little family, figuring out what your family likes, what resonates with them, and then delivering that to them, you know. And yeah. I just real quick, I had something happened here the other day that, don't ask me why. They already have 2 dogs. I don't get it. But my daughter and her husband are looking for one of those English bulldogs, you know, the ones that have the great big face and the tongue hangs out one side. It's just
slobber everywhere.
Yeah. But they were talking to someone online, somebody that she had run across an ad or something. And they were like at the point of getting ready to do it. And the person on the other end typed something. And my son-in-law, Keeper, it was like just a check, you know. And bottom line, it was a scam.
Oh,
and they wanted them to send them the money for the dog. Right. And then they would lap deliver this puppy. And it just really struck me because they had spent 2 days talking to this person, texting, and it was just luck of the draw, really. And I don't know that they would have sent the money without the dog. But anyway, it just struck me that that is why live video is so hugely important. Absolutely. Because human beings, our eyes are the windows to our soul, and human beings can see what's real and what's not, what's true and what's not. And so I think, you know, that's kind of a little off topic, but live video is just the number one way for people to see you and, you know, believe you, hear you, trust you, that kind of thing. So anyway, I just, that just really, it was like, that's why I do live video, you know.
So and talk to strangers in the mall.
Yeah. And they can
live
see
video.
that I'm this crazy woman that lives in a camper and, you know, whatever else. But it's easier for people to get to know you and trust you ultimately. But.
So do you think Helen makes us step out of our comfort zone because we've gone to this level with her? Do you think she makes us go out of our comfort zone more than just what's in her
every day?
Groups? Yeah.
every day.
Absolutely. It looks like Susan's frozen up again. Oh,
I think so. Yeah. Bless her heart.
Good grief. So it was her internet that was giving us grief before.
I think so.
Yeah. So when you went off on that subject there, then I lost my brain.
I'm sorry.
I was trying to be patient and wait till you're done. Well, then whatever I had in my head was gone too. So, oh, yeah, there's lots of people out there right now that are trying to scam people big time. So, to anybody that is listening here or catching the replay, make sure you really do your homework and check into. There's lots of sparkly objects out there, and you don't want to get caught up in that shiny object syndrome and just purchase whatever is out there, because there is, like I said, a bunch of scams going on. So yeah, she's trying to reconnect here again. Disconnect, add to screen. No, she's not
Yeah,
there.
and I guess I think the reason that I kind of went off on that was just that, you know, like with Helen and everything that she offers, her VIP mentoring and her coaching, and you know, I believe she has one-on-one deals that she offers. But
no, she's not there. She's still frozen. Are you there? Can you hear us? No.
No.
No. Darn it! Anyway, she's having a heck of a time.
But I think people trust her because, you know, she's there always, and her message is always the same. And, you know, ultimately that's what it boils down to. And so when you do choose to, you know, hook your wagon, if you will, to Helen, you're going to get exactly what she told you you're going to get. And I think the only reason that she's in that position, and she is able to have those kinds of relationships with people is, you know, two major things. One, her live videos, and two, the fact that she is consistently the same day in and day out. And we can all, oh my gosh, we can all learn from that.
Well, and even when you do talk to her, either through a live Zoom call or in a message chat or whatever, it's exactly the same message that she's giving her. She's not pulling the wool over your eyes at all. So, like I said, be careful of these people that, you know, make it sound all bubbles and butterflies when it's a lot of work. It's a lot of hard work to get anywhere. And Helen's put in the hard work in just less than 2 years. Look where she's at. Right. So
and you know, I think that a lot too. You know, it's like, oh my gosh, you know, is anybody crazy enough to put in this much work that I put in, you know, to get to this point? But when you look at, and the same with you, I'm sure, Heather, I spent 27 years in the medical field. Absolutely. And you know, could I draw blood from a little baby that was 3 hours old when I started? Absolutely not. Was it a big deal by the time I quit? Not really. I mean, I'd done it so many times, and you know, so 27 years of that, and yet people expect to conquer and master
in just a few months, right?
Yeah. So, you know, just keeping it in perspective would be some good advice, I guess.
I don't know why it's like that with this industry, that people expect everything right now. But I guess that's our whole culture right now. They want instant gratification right now with all of our online stuff. They want it now. They don't have patience to stand in a lineup to buy groceries or any of those things. And then they you know, they lose their mind. Now there she's back. Yeah. Are you back now? Oh my goodness. Don't make it freeze on a funny face anyway.
I'm looking at myself. What am I doing here?
At least if nothing else, it's very entertaining.
I'm trying to use my phone today, and I don't know.
Well, girls. Technology just isn't your friend today.
No, and I'm going to shut up, and while you're on, I'm going to give you the screen, so, you know, before you, like, freeze.
Before you freeze.
I'm cutting in and out again. I'm going to have to go.
Darn it anyway. Well, we can sign off here, too. I think we've kind of led people and showed them some of the things anyway, so we'll try again another time, I guess.
Yeah, oh, bless her heart. Why can't she freeze like with a smile?
I don't know.
She's like, of course, Susan. Oh dear.
Oh.
dear.
I
You're
love
still
you,
there.
Susan.
We love you, Susan. Peace out, man. Where are you? Peace out. Oh, darn. That's technology for you. It's not
Yeah.
always favorable in your favor. And yeah, you freeze on the
Yeah.
weirdest expression, right? Always.
Like
Did you have any other little tips that you could tell our audience about just your journey in general? Like you've been doing this for a little while, and then now you're starting to see some success from running your ads and organically too, because you turned off some of your ads.
I did.
Yeah,
I
because
did.
you were just fed up there for a while.
Well, and again, to be totally transparent, the reason that I shut my ads off is money got tight.
Yeah.
I mean, with everything going on right now, I just had to step back and evaluate where I was, what I was spending, what I was getting on my return for that money. And, ads ebb and flow, and mine were kind of in a ebb stage. And so, I just, from a business standpoint, made the choice to just turn my ads off and concentrate on growing my business, my page, my relationships organically. And both ways work.
Yeah.
But I would say, just a bit of advice, I guess, is a couple of things. One, don't expect it in even a few months. It takes a while. It's a completely different set of skills that we have to learn. It would be the same thing if I went out and got a job as a welder. And, there's no way that I'm going to make a good weld in 3 months, probably.
That's right. Yeah.
So don't expect too much too soon. And know that if you truly want to be an entrepreneur, a business person, not just a hobby thing, I'm going to do this and make a little extra side money or whatever. If you're really wanting to build this business and a team, you need to expect to spend some money. Doesn't have to bankrupt you, and you don't have to be unwise about it, but you're going to have to spend some money. If for nothing else, training and mentoring and coaching and getting the information from people that are farther down the road from you that have already done those things and they are making it work. I'm going to spend the money because I want to know what they know.
Susan is saying hello here now from here. Hello, Susan. Oh, poor girl. I was going to say, I was listening to a training from Brandy Schaefer, who was another one of our mentors in there. And she said, you have to realize that if you're going to start spending money on advertising, that it's not going to be money that's going to be taken away from, feeding yourself or, putting clothes on your back or housing yourself. It has to be money that you're going to be able to do without for that month, because it might take a few months. So it's money that you can't, the disposable income, but you have to set that budget of every month of how much you can spend. Because if you're just spending money like water, you're going to run out of it in no time. And you might not have seen the success with it either, because you might not be putting your ads in front of the right people. And it's a whole picture there. It's a whole machine, just like your body doesn't work. Like both of us are nurses. Your body doesn't work if one part is broken. It's just like a machine. If one part of the engine is broken, it doesn't work. Same thing with running a business like this. If one part isn't working, you got to tweak it and get it running smoothly, or you're going to waste a lot of time and waste a lot of money. And that's one thing that Helen says is that she doesn't like to do. And none of us do. So.
Yeah. Well, and and I think at least for the three of us, that we've all been there. We've all done that. We've had those moments. We've had those tears. We've had the frustration. We've had the what the hell was I thinking moments. But none of us have quit. And now we're starting to see some success. And I think all three of us have that same kind of personality. If I can help one person get past that without having to experience that, I mean, that gives me like little goosebumps.
Me
I
too. I just got shivers again.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, man, if I can save anybody some money, some time, some struggle, some tears, absolutely, that's my goal.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
Well,
just think, and the other thing is too, and Helen will say this too, it's not an expense, it's an investment. And you
absolutely.
have to wrap your head around that. You can't, if you went off to university and decided to get a bachelor's degree or a master's degree, you don't look at that as an expense. You look at that as an investment into your future.
And why is
Exactly.
it that so many people frown on us if we try and do it for this type of a platform or this type of business? It's
Yeah.
right away leaving a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths, and that's not exactly, that's not what it's supposed to be. And
Right.
and we have, why do we have to explain ourselves to other people if they're not going to support us on that? Like,
Right.
that's a hard thing too, right?
Right.
If people
Yep.
look at you, why are you doing that? I mean, you're a nurse, you've got a career. Why do you want to do something like this? And I'm like, well, I don't know if my body can handle being that for forever. My body's pretty beaten up with that. Susan's saying she loves that, Lori.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, and I mean, I can't speak for you, but 27 years going to work, working shift work, nights, evenings, days, holidays, missing kids' events, you name it, especially if you're in the medical field, there's no mercy for your time.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
Well, and they say that you're going to be there for an 8-hour shift and it turns into a 12-hour shift or a 16-hour shift, or you got to travel X number of miles even before you even start getting paid.
Yeah.
I mean, I lived 3.5 hours from where my first nursing job was, and I had to stay with somebody, and then I would drive home and there was moose and deer and all kinds of stuff. And my husband was home with 4 little kids. So,
Yep.
I mean, the sacrifices that we made there too, the same as the sacrifices that we're making right now too.
Right. Yeah.
Just in a different perspective. So.
And the only difference I think for me is that I get to choose the sacrifices that I'm making now.
Yeah.
Where before, somebody else was making those choices for me.
Yeah.
And when you take that control away from somebody, it leaves them with a sense of desperation, and it puts you in that fight mode kind of. And I don't want to do that anymore. If I'm going to struggle, I want to struggle doing something I love to do.
And get yelled at by your mentor.
Yeah.
Step it up. Oh, you're funny. Well, I guess I should go here and let you get on with the rest of your happy July 4th.
All right.
And sorry about that. Didn't work out, Susan. Hopefully that you have a good rest of your day. And thanks everybody for popping in here and joining us live. And Lori, if you want to stick around, we can chat for a bit after, unless you have to go. And then I'll catch anybody on the replay. Well, anybody on the replay, just put in replay and I'll give you a shout out after the fact. And we'll see you all tomorrow for day 11. We're almost done. Good grief. Day 11. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.